Just back again with another another Four Nations event. So it's a little early in the week, I suppose, rather than usual. But this week is a little different. We have a playoff this week because myself and Phil tied for the lead at the end of last week. So we've come to the conclusion that a playoff is the only way to decide it, really, which is completely fair enough. The original idea was we were going to try and live stream it together and create that kind of head-to-head atmosphere, but schedules clashing and stuff like that came into play, so we obviously didn't get to do that. So I think I'm playing first, which would be interesting. I don't think I've played first yet in any of the Four Nations events, so it'll be a bit of fun to see how this one goes. One thing I actually meant to do, or I kind of had an idea to do in the original round that we were playing, was I was going to give away a little bit of course information, because when I went rooting through a couple of drawers, I ended up finding a yardage book from the K Club, so I'm going to give away whatever information it has in here anyway on the holes, and it actually even gives a little bit of advice from the designer, which is Arnold Palmer, so that should be a bit interesting. I don't think it's actually going to help us. We need more than Arnold Palmer on our side, that's for sure. Yeah, so I guess we can just hop in and begin around. So because this is a new event, our conditions are more than likely going to be different, I'd assume so. But it's going to be the same setup, so same tees, same pins, essentially just like as if we were to continue on with a brand new round. And I just remembered that this actually takes quite a while to load up, so I'm going to fill it with some nonsensical jib-jab. But so the K Club is based in Kildare, which is kind of Central Ireland, and this one, which would be the Ryder Cup course, was actually designed by Arnold Palmer himself, so it definitely has a huge amount of clout to it, and it is quite tough. So Arnie says for the first hole, which is called Bohereen Road, that a very good tee shot that requires either playing short of the bunker on the left or being more aggressive by working a driver from left to right. The trees on the right are very thick and only a short hand from the fairway. Will give a good chance for birdie. Okay, so thankfully, we already knew that, and thankfully the wind seems to be pretty decent at the moment, so I think we can just go away and hit this. I haven't been swinging overly fantastic lately. That one worked out very well, obviously, but as long as it slows down, that kind of ran on a bit more than I intended. But yeah, I've been swinging a bit weird lately. If you watched the video I did for Royal Troon, I had a couple of fasts in there, so definitely not as confident as I'd like to be coming into this, that's for sure. So what are we, 137 plus 5. We'll round up and say 139. Slightly into the hill, down breeze. We'll just add a little bit on. Oh, and we hit a fast. Yeah, see, there we go. That's the fast creeping in again. I think I might have been a little bit too far with that as well. So actually, I don't know why I have the messages there on the right hand side, so I'm going to go ahead and just remove ye from there a little bit. I'll keep an eye on it on the phone. So let me just do a couple of things here. I think it's advanced settings. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on it on my phone every couple of holes, and just easier for putting and stuff like that. Okay, bit of work to do here. I just want to get another look at that again, because it does break from left to right, but then straightens out of the hole, so I might just go ahead and hit this. I hit it too hard. Oh, I haven't. Perfect. Nice start. Wasn't the most ideal second shot, that's for sure. We were in the middle of the fairway. Arnie said it was an easy birdie opportunity, and I reckon it was. But we still made birdie, so nothing to worry there. So just for anyone who's just hopping onto the stream there, just playing the playoff round that after the tie from last week's event between myself and Phil, which is Enforcer 3891. we're having a playoff round. It was originally supposed to be a live battle between the two of us, but scheduled clashes kind of came in the way. So the second hole, called the Tunnel, which is pretty aptly named, if I do say myself. Arnie says this hole is a slight dogleg right with thick trees on the right and deep fairway bunker on the left. The second shot is slightly uphill to a small green and a larger and deeper bunker on the left front. So the slope left of the small green is closely mown and will make mown. It's a really random word to just throw in there, but anyway, and will make the approach shot quite challenging. So yeah, it's not the easiest of holes, that's for sure. That driving area there isn't too friendly, but I reckon we could take it over it. Hopefully we get a nice swing. Perfect, and it's going to ride the wind. Yeah. As long as it doesn't hop right, which it could do. No, perfect. Nicely down the middle. So now there's a bit of a drop off there on the left hand side, so we do have to be wary of that. It's playing roughly 120 downwind. Ooh, maybe 3-wood might have been the better club here. Right, trying to decide what to do here now is proving a little bit challenging right now. I think I'm just going to deal off the sand wedge a bit, but I don't want to do too much. I'm going to go with that. Oh, that wind picked up just before I hit it. And it didn't really move it. Okay. Good distance control though. Definitely got it back to the flag and didn't let it too far. And we kind of stayed away from that drop off the left hand side. We still have a bit of work to do. It's got to turn. Oh, and she goes. Okay, 2 under 2. One thing I've kind of learned from the rounds I've played over the last few days was that I always seem to start really, really well. So the first 3 or 4 holes are kind of my opportunities to make up the ground. I seem to struggle then from kind of that point on, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going to try and get off to as quick a start as I can, and from there, just try and make birdies where I can. Okay, so 6 mile an hour wind. It's more. Okay, I'm just gonna hit this. Come on, get left, get left. Okay, not a bad effort. Definitely would have liked it a bit further to the left, knowing that that green kind of slopes back to the right, but there should be a putt that we can hold. Didn't give any information there, actually. I'm sorry about that one. So this one is known as the Island Beach, which is the 3rd hole. Purposely designed a shallow hourglass green shaped with a lake at the front that requires quite a bit of thought to ensure that the correct club is chosen. Yeah, I can concur with that. That was a struggle to try and get that yardage down. So definitely a tough one with that very shallow green. Okay. Nope. Knew it the minute I hit it. But not bad. It's a par. I often find the screen, unless you're in the perfect position, you're just faced with an awful putt no matter what. But not bad. 2 under 3. Nice start. And keeping bogeys off the card will be the key here. So the 4th hole, this one is known as Arnold's Pick. So the reason behind it being called Arnold's Pick is simply down to the fact that this is his favourite hole in the course. So it's a double dogleg par 5 that definitely favours somebody with the tour clubs in this game for sure. A long tee down the left will leave an iron to the green. Jeez, I don't know, it's a bit adventurous there. I don't think you'd be leaving an iron to that green. The green is tucked near a large group of trees on the right, so you have to shape a left to right or hit a high right to left shot over the trees. You need to pay attention to the pin placement so that if you miss the well-bunkered green, you will leave the ball in a good position, and that I can also agree with. There are some horrific places you could leave it on that green, so we're going to do our very best to avoid as many of them. Okay, I don't... yeah, that should be okay actually. That little bit of fade on it probably helped it more than hindered it. Not a bad drive. Will we get there in 2? We should do, but I'm going to try and lay it up a little short. So we have... actually, do you know what? We have the wind in our in our favour, and we have the slope in our favour. I reckon we could actually take a pop at this. Maybe try and loft it up and hope that it takes a bit off. Oh, I don't know how much this is actually going to move. Going for it. Oh, come on in, come on in. That looks beautiful. Just stay on that line. Ah, okay. Just took a little bit off it, but you know what? Decent shot. Definitely have a chance to knock this one close, or maybe even hold it. We've chipped in already so far this round, so another one would definitely be nice. Oh, that one came out a bit on the heavy side. Not to worry though. Tap in birdie. And in she goes. So just gonna hop in there, see what's the story on YouTube. Just because I, very annoyingly I can imagine, got rid of the chat off the side of it. Look today, I've just about finished the first one, looking good. Thought you were gonna go ahead. Yeah, we were gonna go head to head in a playoff. We were looking at we're playing the 18th, and then that just sounded ridiculous because we'd have to play the round through, then get to the 18th, play the playoff, and if we ended up in a tie, then we have to go back through the whole process again. So it just made sense to go with an 18 hole. Sadly, we couldn't play together. A clash of scheduling on both sides. So I'm going to rock on at the moment, and I'm assuming Phil will get his in then as soon as he's available. Nice looking tee shot, straight down the middle. So we have the 5th hole here at the K Club, which is known as the Square Meadow. Tough dogleg par 4. The hole plays uphill into a left to right wind, and it is definitely advantageous if you can draw the ball up the left hand side. There's the shot that I just hit there. The green is elevated, and many of the slopes around the green are mown short. The left side of the green slopes to the left, the right slopes into a hollow, and the back runs away from you. So this is a fun task. That's the best way we can describe this, a fun task, because trying to get this judged to perfection will be really, really tough. So it's 178 up 7, so playing roughly 185. We've got 168 down. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to hit this. Doing enough talking about it anyway. I might as well hit it. I might just give it a little bit down loft. Hopefully it releases out. Okay, it's a good strike. It's tracking well. Oh, don't leak to the left. Sit. Sit. Oh, sit down. That's a beautiful looking shot. I was a bit nervous about that coming into the green, but very, very happy with that result. And in she goes. Okay. Happy days. I tend to get so nervous for these rounds. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's playing against the guys. Is it the live stream and everything on top of it? You know, I don't know, but it always seems to leave me a little nervous, which is weird. I'm gonna go with 3 wood off the tee here, and maybe loft it up and try and just hold that up in the wind a bit. And just try and push it towards the right hand side. Oh, that needs to sit down. Please sit down. Sit. Come on, don't miss the fairway. Again, wow. I definitely thought I wasn't going to run out, but got that one wrong again. A little bit on the disappointing side, that's for sure. Oh, where to lay this up? No, I think I'm just going to aim it here. and rely on my short game to bail me out. So if I can kick off that left, it'd be lovely. There we go. Keep kicking left. Jeez, I'll take that. Jeez, I'll take that any day. Whew. Now that was 100% all luck. There was nothing else in that. Okay, so just try and knock this one close. Solid effort. Solid effort, gave it a chance. And in we go for par. Okay, par's definitely not a bad score considering where we were off the tee. So definitely a good one there. So I missed actually that one there. So that one is the Liffey Stream is what it's known as. And this one here is Michael's favourite. So Michael is Michael Smurfett, who pretty much was the reason why this course got on the European Tour, then hosted a Ryder Cup. So it's all down to the Michael Smurfett. So this one has a new tee added to it to make the hole a little bit more demanding. The hole plays into a strong wind with several trees left and a creek along the right hand side of the landing area. Therefore you must find the fairway, which is true. You can't miss it really. The green has a lake around it on the front, left and right with the River Liffey in the background. So you have to hit a good second shot to find the green. In any matches, a par 4 will win this hole. Okay. I'm not convinced about it today, but I can definitely imagine a par down here is definitely a very good score. I don't know, I don't like the look of the 3-wood earlier on the on the previous hole. Scared me off a little bit, so I'm just going to go with the 5-wood. I'm going to chicken out a little bit and just let this one hopefully stay off the middle of the fairway. Yeah, perfect. So I think we're 4 under at the moment. So it is going well. That's for sure. Now what I want to make sure here is we get this lined down properly, because we're going to have a bit of movement off the slope. We're also going to have a bit of action off the wind, so I think we can just go ahead and hit this one. Looks good. That can just sit down, that'd be awesome. Oh, it's getting better and better. Get in! Get in! Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, could it have been any closer? Wow, okay. On the upside, we did make birdie, so there's definitely a positive to be taken from that, but an eagle there would have just been beautiful. Okay, so this is the one that I am most worried about every time I play it in terms of the pin position here, and not because I think it's unfair. I mean, like, at the end of the day, it looks like a fairly legal pin position. It's just it's a little bit on the brutal side. So this one is known as Mayfly Corner. So you set the green, or set the hole, sorry, so that the River Liffey is directly against the right hand side of the green, and a typical wind would actually help take the shot away from the river. So kind of helping a little bit today, and the hole will be a good birdie chance. Maybe not on this on this pin position. At times the wind can blow into you, which will make the hole play much longer and much tougher. So we do have a little bit of a wind, but I can't see it being too much of an issue. So I'm just going to loft it up a little bit as well. The idea, and I suppose what's made this really nervous over the last few days, is the like I know the perfect shot to hit, but every time I bloody try and hit it, I can't hit that shot that I'm trying to hit, which is basically to try and leave it down this side. So it essentially just creeps onto the green, trickles down, and I have a pretty straightforward uphill putt. But every time I do, I end up down the right hand side in the rough in it, and that's never good. So the last couple of times I've played it, I think I've played it in 4 over par, which is not a good score. So we're just going to try it here again. Okay, we've definitely got it turning, but we might have it turning a little bit too much. Sit down. Sit down. Oh, I'm like talking to it like it's my dog. And my girlfriend is laughing at me because she knows it's true. Okay. Yeah, the dogs do listen to me as much as that ball did. Um, okay, so a bit of work to be done here. 24 feet up the hill. So it's 1 foot up. Um, yeah, it's gonna break quite a bit, but it's just trying to judge it and then try to get the speed of this putt right. So I'm thinking there. Ooh, that was close. That was very, very close. Again, not a bad effort, and I'll happily take par and get out of here. That is actually the first time in the last few times that I've actually played this course that I've actually managed to land the ball on the green at all. I usually was bouncing it in the rough and it would stay, or it would be in the rough and in the water then. So definitely nice to get a par and actually have a 2 putt par. Okay, so I've seen a couple of people play it up the right hand side here, and you know what? I'm just never convinced that that's the right way to go, even if this one is a little tighter up the right or the left hand side. And I've pushed it a little bit, but the wind should help me. Yeah, that's perfect. So this one here is the eye of the needle, which is pretty much hinting at the tree, the massive tree that is in the middle of the fairway here. A bit of sad news on that front is that the tree actually pretty much died, so they had to cut it down, take it away. So it's actually a wide open fairway there now. They kind of have little trees planted to replace them, but they're so insignificant, you just kind of breeze on past it. So the whole idea of this hole was what they did is they actually went and lengthened it then. I suppose at the time the tree was there in order to bring that tree into play and then, reward the long hitters who could take it over it or past it. So 162, that's definitely too much club. That's a given. How much is too much though? Right, okay, so I'm just going to loft it up a little bit. Wind seems to have picked up too, so I'm just hoping that turns. Come on. Sit. Didn't turn as much as I thought it would actually, considering the jump up in wind as well. Bit weird. But another opportunity to hopefully chip one in. Like I said, we won earlier on the round on the first hole, which was kind of a get out of jail free card. So another one here would be lovely. So short little chip. It is going to move. And I didn't give it enough. That's frustrating. Thought I'd given that enough, if even maybe a little too much, but sadly not. 500 through the front nine though, still not a bad score. Matched pretty much what we did the last time around. So I think the important thing here is just to get off to a nice start in the back nine. Avoid any stupid silly mistakes. And rock on. So for anyone who's just joining in on the stream, this is the Four Nations playoff. Myself versus Phil, which is Enforcer 3891. The original idea was to play this live head to head, but just with the clash of schedules, not possible to happen, sadly. So it's just me at the moment. I'm definitely the first one to play. 500 through the front nine, and yeah, ready to rip it up on the back nine. Now I just need a nice favourable bounce if I can reach that. Oh, I think I just did. That could be absolutely perfect. Get in the hole. Just ran beyond it. Okay, so a little break towards the hole. Not much at the start. That pretty much looks straight. And it just starts to dip a little. Not much. Definitely just going outside right. Bang in the middle. Awesome. Some interesting scores in. Oh, so that's Ian on about his new society event where they play the first round with standard clubs, I think it's the second round with player clubs, and the third round with tour clubs, if I've gotten that right. So, Ian, if you want to throw the name of that society into the group chat there, feel free to join, guys. It's a bit of fun. Nothing too serious or anything like that. We're all just in it for the laugh. So, again, just moving on. So I've missed actually another hole there. Too distracted by what I'm doing. So Make Holly is the par 5 10th. Then we've Lily Pond here on the par 4 11. So dogleg left, water down the left hand side, and we'll be there on the green too. Ooh, hit it fast. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. Considering I was hitting a draw as well, that's disaster. Absolute disaster. Okay. Damage control now is the task at hand right now. Absolute damage control. So I'm thinking if I can hack this one out. Ah, kick left, come on. Oh, right. Still a lot to do here. Still a lot to do. Okay. 47 yards to pin. Oh, come on, roll down. Oh, man, I thought that was going to release. Oh, that's not good. It's not a good way to play this. It's quite warm in the room here, but man, did it just get a little warmer there. Right. Do. Okay, just making sure I get a good read of that. Turn, come on. Slow down. Okay, first bogey on the card. The aim of the round was to keep bogeys off, but again, at the same time, that could have been a hell of a lot worse. I don't think we actually kept bogey off the card the last time around either, so definitely one that's catching us out so far. So this one here is the 12th hole, par 3. It's also called the Domain. So they've redesigned the green actually to bring the lake to, on the left more into play. So the green is directly set against the lake and the stone wall on the left. And since the 12th is usually downwind, we set a bunker beyond the green. So that was lovely for them, you know, just to really mess with you a bit more. Do you know what? Just because you have it downwind, it's a little shorter, we're going to give you a bunker in the back. Sound, lads. Sound. Okay. Literally a touch off it. Oh, I think that's good. It's definitely on the right line. No. Oh yeah, sit. Come on, sit. Ah, very nearly an absolutely perfect shot. But again, just a bit of work to be done. Okay, it's definitely going to break quite a bit. Oh, I need to have another look at that. That's this one's just, it's the first bit of break here is the one that's upsetting me a little bit. The rest of them is pretty standard. It's just how much is that going to actually affect the putt. Ah, yeah, it didn't affect it much at all. Okay, just another one slipping past. Got to make sure of the par though. In she goes. Okay, so need to had a bogey, had a par. Now let's go out and get the birdie. We could with do getting back on the birdie train pretty quickly. So the 13th hole, Laurel Haven. Um, Basically, it's a dogleg left that has a thick corpse of trees. Okay, he likes to be descriptive on that front. On the inside of the dogleg, the prime tee shot is to drive at least 275 yards for the best view of the green, flanked by water to the right and 2 bunkers added to the front and left of the green. So, kind of like the last hole. If if the hole wasn't difficult enough as it is, here's some bunkers. They're pretty sound. Okay. I think I'm just going to hit the driver. If it could sit down, that would be lovely, because that's going to run quite a bit. Yeah, that should stop in plenty of time. Okay, 147 to the pin. Again, it was a good strike. It all just depends on the yardage here. So we've got, ooh, sit down. No, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Oh, wasn't far off it there. Definitely not. Just 3 or 4 yards, maybe too much. And we're off down the green a bit. So, a bit of a tester one back. But it is uphill, so that's one thing we have on our side. And that it isn't actually breaking all that much. So we're definitely going to be looking at holding this one. Oh, Jesus, that was close. Okay, another one. Not liking the looks of that. The look of that 6 under, 7 under would have been nicer. That's for sure. Okay, so onto the 14th hole. Another tough little par 3. It's not little at all, actually. It's over 200 yards. So it's called Church Fields. And Arnie's advice is we constructed large deep bunkers along the right hand side of the green to complement the water hazard. These water and bunkers thing seems to kind of be a regular occurrence in this course. The green is crowned, and if you play too far left, the closed mound apron and the slope of the green will kick the ball into the water. Sound. And if the wind is into you, a long iron or fairway wood be required for this tough par 3. So essentially, keep it right of the flag, I think is the advice we've been given. Which we're going to take. Now if that could sit down, that'd be nice. It's the thing, it's hard to, just because of the club, the length of club you have to hit coming into the green, it's really hard to get that, get it to sit down quick. Okay, so another putt that is going to require a bit of attention. Please be on the number. Oh my god, just race past. Oh, so close. Yet so far. They've got 2 par 5s ahead of us, so it's all is definitely not lost, but definitely could have been a little bit better. That's for sure. So on to the 15th. So again, another tough hole. I think maybe that's why they were so kind to give us 2 par 5s in the last 3 holes, because there's a lot of tough greens, especially, that you got to hit into. So the 15th is pretty much the exact same. Pheasant Run, and Arnie says the drive is to a fairway that slopes slightly towards a water hazard that is all along the right. The left side has numerous trees, so it's very important to hit the fairway. Yeah, no, I can completely agree with that as well. The second shot is uphill to a blind green that slopes from front to back and right to left. So a shot that lands in the front of the green will run to the middle. So with that slope, you actually just have to literally try and nail it into the very top of that slope and hope that it holds up. If you're a little bit long with it, you could be down up towards the back of the green. If you're a little short with it, probably going to end up back on the front of the green. So you have to be almost inch perfect with your approach shot. That's for sure. Okay, so it's 167. It's playing about 174. Right. Deal off to the touch, like literally a touch, because I think that wind is going to help me get it to about 171, and then it should actually just be perfect. So let's see, did it work out? Oh, that could be on the number. Oh yeah, look at that. So if you can just hold there, that'd be lovely. Sound. So that's it. You just kind of have to land it into the very top of that slope, and it just completely kills it. I've missed so many putts now. I'm actually second guessing myself now, which isn't too good. So there's a little break, and then there's a touch more, and a touch more. So I'm gonna give it here. Yeah. Okay. Whew. I can relax a little bit now. At least I've got a birdie. So let's just take a look at the scorecard there. So definitely had a nice good run on the front nine there, going 5 under through 7. Tough par 3 on 8, and just missed the green, I suppose, on 9. So definitely a good score there. Then straight in with an eagle on 10. Gave one of those straight back on 11, which was a little bit foolish. And to be honest, I would have been disappointed with a birdie on 10. So I'm at least glad I eagled it. Birdie there on 15 as well to get the birdies rolling again. So hopefully we can be a little bit aggressive here, or at least be allowed to be a little bit aggressive here. I say allowed, I'm just hoping that I can hit the right shot, that it doesn't put me in a bunker, which I don't think it has. I don't think we're going to get the right bounce. That needs to bounce right, and it didn't. Still might be able to reach though, so all is not lost. We can definitely get it across. Okay, we can get it across. That's all we need to do. If that could kick right, that'd be beautiful. Don't know. What is that? What is that? Right, okay. Again, just a bit of work to be done. Can't do it much better than that. Any better than that is in the hole, so that's a great up and down there. Okay, so I think we're in a good place right now. 8 under, 2 holes left. Tricky par 4. A par 5 that, you know, it has to be birdie. So 9 or 10 under, definitely not a bad way to close the round. So I'm hoping that kicks. Did I just fall for that again? Oh man, I did. How did I end up in the rough again on 17? That's 2 rounds in a row. At least it's the light rough this time, and not the heavy stuff. Or was it a bunker? Either way, we're just not making life very easy for ourselves. It seems to be the norm lately. Okay, so that looks like it's... Okay, that could be perfect. If that sits down and then get on the... Oh, no. damn, it just bounced about 2 or 3 yards too early and killed it. Oh, if it just a little bit more on it would have been perfect. But not to worry. An opportunity here, but again, it's going to run down the hill nice and fast. I also realised I didn't bother calling out any information for the last 2 holes, which I'm not really going to go into now because I missed it. But Inishmore is 16 and the half moon, which pretty much is given away by the fact that you have a river in the shape of a half moon. So that kind of explains that one there. It's kind of like Ronseal, it's exactly what it says in the tin. How cheesy was that? Okay, I'm going to try and leave this one short and hopefully let it filter down towards the flag. So it is going to roll. It's tracking. It's tracking. Oh, that was painfully close. And it's a pair again. So that's twice I've had that on the 17th at the K Club where I muck up the tee shot. Like I didn't even need to fade it, but I've just felt, you know what, I don't want to end up in the water here, so we're going to fade it. Put myself in the rough, hit a decent shot back out, and I missed the birdie. Well, I was chipping there, so I had an excuse. So the 18th, par 5, dog leg right, water on the left on your approach, otherwise known as the hooker's graveyard, which again pretty much speaks for itself. You hook the ball left in your second shot and you're pretty much dead and buried. I don't think there's really anything else to it other than that. Other thing off the tee, Arnie's just saying there, I'm reading it here, he's just saying that avoid all these bunkers and you're in pretty good shape. So we're just going to try and bomb one over the top. And we have. So that should be perfectly down the middle. Hopefully might get a bit of kick off the slope of the back of the bunker, and I think it did. But I still think we might be a little bit too far away to have a pop at this one, that's for sure. Yeah, we're not going to make that. So it's just about bailing out right now. And trying to put ourselves in a decent place to get out of here with birdie. So good strike. Slope and should kind of coax that back into the right, which it did. And I think we should have a pretty opportunistic, I suppose, the best word to go here. Chip shot in. Should be on about 50 yards. Yeah, 48 yards. And try and knock this one in close. What's that one there? Call the police. Call has been robbed again. That's just the story of my life right now in this course. The amount of lip outs and near misses and everything. Like, I mean, if half the putts I missed went in, we would be playing a playoff right now. So, but then again, that's ifs and buts, and we're just going to focus on what we got to do right now, which is stick this one close. Sit, 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 and it does. Try and get that birdie. Improve on the previous round, and then it's up to Phil. So that's pretty much it in the books. 9 under par. Again, I don't think I could have done much better. I think that tee shot in 11 was the only real bad shot I hit. I mean, I hit a fast on the first for my second shot, but it wasn't overly bad. I still made birdie from it. The difference on 11 was I made bogey, so that obviously cost me a shot. That leaderboard hasn't updated yet, so that should show I think a 63 for 9 under, which again, it's better than my actual Four Nations event round, so I can do no more than that. And like I said, it's all up to Phil now, so if Phil's watching, best of luck, buddy. If not, I look forward to hearing what you shoot. Guys, that's it from me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe because you get notified anytime I'm online. Not that my content is anyway, exhilarating and stuff like that. Maybe if you're bored and stuff like that, want to check it out, then hit the subscribe button too. I don't care who joins in. I'm up for the crack, whatever. So guys, have a good evening, and we'll chat to you later.